Hi, we are in continuation to the discussion of a sample profile in alignment to the job description given by Union Retail Shop, which we discussed earlier. So we had already completed about the candidate's profile summary and skills, languages, and education related discussion. Now this session is exclusively for his experience related matters. So he says he is already experienced in retail sales executive profile, as well as he has also worked for dispatcher profile. So by retail sales executive, he had been working with a My Mobile Group. GAD is the organization to which he was working from August 2015 to March 2018. So he says what all his roles he has performed in the particular profile with the particular employer in the details. In my role in detail, I serve my customers and deal with the stock and merchandising as well as providing good customer service. All these details required by Union as an employer for his retail shop are satisfied by his profile detail. Then he also says my responsibilities include. So Union as an employer gave certain list of responsibilities to be possessed by the candidate. Let us assume this candidate has those responsibilities, and let us discuss if he doesn't have also. Okay. Assessing customer needs through open and targeted communication and recommending appropriate options and outcomes. So he says he has targeted communication. He can target to the customer's requirements and their needs. Accordingly, I communicate. So what the job description in the employer shared job description says, he has to communicate efficiently to the customer, isn't it? The same condition applies here, that he is satisfactory in that particular requirement. Then achieving sales, service, and risk compliance outcomes. So compliance outcomes in terms of the employer requirement as job description, he was asking about standards of sales, standards of legal requirements. These are two compliances he expected. This candidate also says he has achieved sales, service, and risk compliance outcomes. Then he is dealing with the stock and deliveries, ensuring the stocks in right location. So as the employer wanted, the shelf filling and self-monitoring, stock updating, all those three requirements of the employer with reference to that particular profile has been, by this profile detail, he has been a right candidate for that. We are yet to confirm whether he is the right or not, wrong by the entire selection process as in place by the organization. Then merchandising and point of sale. So he also knows how to display the things in a well attractive way to the customer and attain the customer satisfaction. That is also was one of the requirements of the employer given job description details. Have high level of enthusiasm and drive. In the relationship, the employer was giving one data, that is the job holder should be able to work under supervision. In the continuing second sentence, he was saying he also should work on his own initiative. So that condition is satisfied by saying, I have high level of enthusiasm and drive. So he himself drives to what is expected at that particular point of moment. There is no requirement for him to be continuously supervised. Then proactively completing outbound calls to existing and previous customers. So he also has another additional qualification which the employer did not specifically say, that he has to go out and extend the calls from his side to ask whether customers needs any additional things or anything extra they want. All those calls he makes on his own. So what he said in the earlier remark, that he is self-driven, is proved in the next statement. Then he also is good in developing solutions and courses of action and recommend solutions. So what happens? In the earlier job description, he was expected, the job holder was expected to be a team player. He was expected to be self-initiator. The same applies here for this profile, and the profile seemingly satisfied a majority of the conditions given in the job description. Then in the dispatcher profile also, he has worked with the White Knight dry cleaners. Ishpreet Singh, this is the contact number of his supervisor maybe. Then September 2017 to March 2018 is the duration in which he was a dispatcher for this dry cleaners. This is somewhat a different profile, different experience, which is not connected to retail showroom, retail shop. But still, as his experience, we can consider it as a not gap in his career. Okay, so he has not sat at home for any reason, saying he's having this problem, that problem, so unemployed, all that is ruled out by having this experience, though it is not connected to the previous job description of the employer. Here he has performed daily routine of field service work orders using established workforce management system. So he had been there managing workforces. So he has already worked under supervisory capacity. Then provides coordination of schedules and directs work of dispatchers in the absence of manager, works closely with work manager to administer the dispatch function. So here it's a dry cleaner's shop. So collecting the dry clean items and cleaning them, disposing them with the dispatch system in place. He has worked as a replacement of manager in the absence of manager. So he is not only a assistant profile capable, he is also worked in the capacity of manager in his absence. Not as a manager, but in his absence, he has taken the responsibilities of a manager. Then managers, technician, routes using established workforce management system to ensure customer commitments are met, that is install and service calls, etc. So he also has managed workforce management system, especially technicians, routes, and the path in which the delivery happens to the customer's place and location or residences wherever. So those kind of management also. Nowadays, it is possible that if the delivery executive starts from our location, he can share, live sharing can be possible through the apps, so that you can also monitor where he goes, whether he has delivered or where he is held up. All those details can be tracked immediately, isn't it? Those tracking system also was managed by him. That's what he says. Then comes, he also interprets data from the established workforce management system. So as he has worked in the absence of manager, he has also learned to interpret the workforce management system, which is embedded in the computer, isn't it? Because he's already capable of handling all the Microsoft tools and account management tools. So there is no wonder in he being capable of doing these things, isn't it? So he is also more or less capable of managerial job, but he is applied for sales assistant job. That is how we should understand this profile. With this profile, its strength, weakness, opportunities, and challenges we will be discussing in the future sessions. With that, let me close for the day. Bye. See you.